Welcome back to the reality, guys. I'm your host, Billy Blinks, joined as always by my co host, Brian.
What's going on, everybody?
We're back to talk one of our favorite shows. This is Temptation Island. This was the season 5 season finale and the season 5 reunion, a 90-minute reunion, a hour finale. We had a great 2.5 hour Temptation Island block. And I think we had some ups and downs this season, Brian, but boy, did this season end on a high note. This was the best week of the season by far. A lot of drama, a lot of surprises, and we finally got a lot what we've been asking for this season. Mark got to Mark, and Mark got to really dive into some meaty stuff and really get to observe, interject appropriately. And I thought overall did a great job of emceeing a reunion. There's a lot we can talk about, Brian. I just want to get your general impressions first, and then I think we'll just run down couple by couple and give a full breakdown.
Yeah, I love the reunion. I think the reunion on the show has always been great to us. And as a viewer, I think it just delivers on so much. We find out so much stuff about these people that we never found out about. And I kind of wish they would maybe show a little bit of these things during the season. Like, especially they had the tapes. They're like, oh, we don't film on the one-on-one overnight. And they do. Like, they're
They
there.
do.
And they saved it. They had it in the chamber. They waited to use it, and it was strategic, and it was great to watch. I enjoyed it. I was watching with my family and like with headphones, and there was a couple times I just was like, oh, and they're like, "What's going on?" Like, no, somebody's doing something stupid.
What was your family watching while you were watching that?
They were just talking.
Oh,
I know, like such an old person thing, but it's just that's what it was. It's always good, man. They're just fun. You really like even I like the singles like chiming in. I mean, I don't really love Michaela talking so much, but like I really like that the singles all had opinions on like even people they weren't in the house with.
oh,
It's nice. Little
well,
peanut
and I'm
gallery.
sure there's so much more of that, and
Oh
that's
yeah,
something we will ask about. I think for sure. I want
sure.
to know how long those reunions
Mhm.
are. They're specifically. I know how the Housewives and the Vanderpump ones are like 10, 12 hours long.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm curious how much time they actually have there. Um, One thing off the top too, one little complaint I have, and it has nothing to do with USA, NBC, Temptation Island, Mark Wahlberg, the contestants. Where do they find that crowd? Like that crowd, some of them looked like they were in like a case study. They were like getting tortured. Some of these people, there was no emotion on one dude's face. I gotta find him, and he's just sitting there, sort of the front of the glasses. He never smiled. His hands on in his lap. Like
They need the love and hip hop reunion
they
crowd.
need
People
us.
get into it. Yeah. Like people that like actually are invested in the show. I will say I didn't need as many recaps of moments. That kind of
Yeah.
killed a lot. Like we could have gotten a lot more conversation, I think.
Yep.
But
No, I agree. I
it's nice
agree.
as a refresher, but we don't need. I feel like we got a recap of the entire like each time they brought a couple out. It's just like
And we kind of got that leading up to the bonfires and
right.
stuff
True
too.
Temptation Island fans know. Like you were the people that are watching know what happened. We don't
If
need.
you're getting to this reunion, you know what happened.
Yeah.
That's a fair point. All right. Um, with those disclaimers out of the way, we want to get into the meat of it. Let's start with which I think was the craziest one. Maricela and Christopher. Mainly around the Alexius relationship with Christopher. Be frank, I thought when they came up in the middle. I was like, okay, they're gonna burn through this one pretty quick. We kind of know where they stand. They don't. Maricela doesn't like him. We'll just find out if she still ended up with Christian or not. Whatever. There's baby mama drama. Christopher knocked Alexis up while on Temptation Island, and unfortunately, she had a miscarriage. So thoughts and prayers out there. But like this turn, he got his villain turn, his villain arc. Because I didn't really have much of a problem with him during the season. He seemed a little aloof and kind of like a crappy boyfriend, but whatever. Not really one of the worst people on the show, I had thought. And he was fighting with everybody. I mean, bro, your reaction to this whole thing.
Yeah, I never really liked him. I remember I would say like I
Oh, I
didn't.
know.
So it was not I mean, obviously I don't want to be validated of someone being an asshole, but he just yeah, that's when you know it's bad because you had guys that had never met you. You had the girls in the house that like you were like that were friends with the girls you're hooking up with. They don't like you. Maricel doesn't like you. Mark's kind of giving you a little bit of an attitude about some of the stuff. Like that's a lose lose. He might be one of the worst guys on the show.
Mark told him to step the F up and
Yeah,
wear a condom,
yeah.
man. Like it's all about stepping up and supporting the girl when she's going through this. Instead, he's hitting up Maricela and getting nudes. And again, though, she was hitting him up, apparently. They were hitting each other's families up.
Yeah, it's a
He's
mess.
saying it's because he wanted to get her stuff out of the house, which I think might actually have been pretty believable thing. She, though, was hitting up his estranged father, which seemed pretty sinister compared to what he was doing. She came and hooked up with it. Like,
It's messy.
whew,
It's very, very messy. And I'm sure there's a lot more that probably wasn't even talked about. But I just felt like anytime he was talking, like he's very condescending and just it's really hard to listen to what he was saying because yeah, I don't know what else to say about him, and he just
smug. It
sucks.
was smugness. It was cocky. And
Yeah,
again, it's correct that they are not together. And thankfully for Alexius, not, obviously not the situation with the pregnancy, but the fact that she got to find out that he is not the guy for her and not somebody who's ready for a relationship. So,
right.
um, shocking to say the least, Brian. Not shocking. Oh, obviously they hadn't left the island together. We're not going to talk as much about the finale, guys. We will mention what that
Right.
they left together or not,
We
but
kind of
really
caught.
we're though there was no surprises really.
Yeah.
Um, I do want to quickly talk about Vanessa and Rob. They did ruin the perfect season. Technically, they left together on the island. Um, you know, the freak out that was teased, the bonfire, she pretty kept it pretty calm. And Bry, I think something you and I can agree on throughout both episodes tonight. Her
Hmm.
reactions were great. I think she has matured, and I think she has kept it together well. And even if it's just for the TV, good for her. She put on a great show, I thought.
Yeah, she did, and I mean more and so in the reunion because of what she found out. But I know like us and commenters and we were killing her for a majority of the season. Like she was crazy. But I mean, you can't deny that she did pretty well tonight. Like she could have blown up at that reunion at the Desi sex news. So not Desi. I don't think is her name Desi. Am I messing that up?
Yeah, it was Desi.
Desi? Yeah, it's she could have blown up, man. She could have blown a fuse, and I thought she handled herself pretty well. Because
I
even
agree.
like what's it called? The main cast, like Christopher's like it's about to go down. Like he's about to get beat up.
He's about to get beat up. Um, yeah, the hookup with Desi, the lie. That's what you said. We had the kind of the footage in the chamber,
Yeah,
which is great. I agree with you though. I do think that would be a worthwhile episode to show more of,
yeah, I agree.
um, because I think as a viewer, it was great to get the surprise here, but it would have been great to know that he's lying and they go on the final and he lies to her at the final bonfire and we're all like, this dude's just straight lying to you.
Yeah,
And like we know like like it's gonna come to roost though. Cause then we would have been like another one, like I need this and I need this finale. Like I need this reunion. I need that storyline. So it would have been another way for it to
yeah. But it
definitely
did give her
evolve.
an authentic reaction to seeing it too. Like her just turning and she's like, "You lied to me," because that's the first time she saw it. We think. I don't know.
No, it's first time she knew for sure.
Yeah. I mean, if you're looking at a lot of people on this, like the main main eight people, she's got to be up in the top tier of like not a lot of egg on it, like looking terrible.
I thought Vanessa is a total 180 for me.
Yeah,
And
and I mean, and I mean, we've always liked Caitlyn. I think Caitlyn she didn't really make herself look bad. I thought,
Saltwell Hall.
oh, dude, I mean, we've been saying I don't know how anybody who's watching this support. That's like, what? I can't believe you do that in front of somebody like that.
I don't want to hear about shared values. I don't want to hear
Yeah,
about like
scumbag.
soulmates, true love, the commenters, guys, everyone here. That guy is sad. That guy has things, whatever else is going on in his past in his life that he hasn't worked through. Doesn't seem like he goes to therapy. He should do that. But he's stringing people along. This, namely Caitlyn, you don't re-enter someone's life and propose and go and then like saying stuff like we never had good conversations, we never had anything deep, I never felt any love, there was never any compassion. He's saying all these, it's all revisionist history stuff, man, because the reaction she's having, and I'm sure if you talk to friends and family are like, dude, that's not true. Like, that's just not the stuff about being a provider. I hate that crap. Oh my god, I just got you a nice townhouse in Charleston. So you got that for yourself, dude. Like, you didn't get that for her. You're not,
Yeah.
nothing you do is for her.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, when Caitlyn said you're a psycho when she
So
saw this
funny.
clip, that was awesome. That was an awesome
You're a
moment.
psycho.
Yeah, and honestly, dude, Michaela was pissing me off. Like she talked way too much. She had a
Yeah, she
lot of
could have chilled
opinions. She's
out.
like a puppet. She reminds me of a hall puppet. She never anything he said, like she was just like she
Yeah,
would have
because
like
the stuff
died
she
for
was
him.
saying back and forth to other people seemed like she's been informed, right? Like he's
Yeah,
like talked a lot of crap on her. She came ready with like some ammo and stuff. I liked Caitlyn, like, listen, I'm a girl's girl, so I ain't playing with you.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I can't see. People kept saying this could be like the Evan, like he could be compared to Evan, where like he leaves his girl. Then it's like, oh, like this is I'm talking about butthole eyes.
No, no, I know. Yeah.
Yeah. That this in a few months we could find out they're not together anymore. It wouldn't
I'm very
surprise me. I
curious to
just I think
see.
it's BS. I think it's a BS relationship.
I'm curious to see what happens on Instagram. We should talk to Ray. Talk to Ray. I know he talks into the circles a little bit. Maybe
Mhm,
we can get a
mhm.
little insight, and maybe he
Yeah,
knows
that's
if
true.
they're
Like
together or
I
not.
would really like to know what he knows because he's got the ins.
Uh,
She dodged a bullet though, man. Like I know it sucks for her to have to go through all that,
yeah,
but
yeah,
I would
no,
love to know what
for
her family
sure.
thinks. I would love.
Uh, good luck to Hall and Michaela. I was wrong. I thought they would have been broken up already. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah, she's like, oh, it's perfect. It's great.
Has
Why
he asked you to get
he's
pregnant yet?
lying.
She's moving to Charleston. Can you imagine them running into each other at like Wegmans?
Yeah, I thought she's gonna be like, oh, I'm moving now.
No, she is. I think that was like the point I'd say too big. Like such a jerk. Again, he knew that they were gonna do that before. He's doing this thing to rub it in her face and try to look
Yeah,
some like
yeah,
good dude on TV. It's a joke.
yeah. He's scum. I don't want to like people. You can think it's great, and you can comment below like, oh, he's falling his heart. I don't believe you.
One that I did enjoy, I thought was pretty fun was Paris and Great. Um, Great was dressed up like a Nigerian royalty, as he would say. I thought he looked like the Prince of Zamunda. Um, they're just funny because they both are like very petty towards each other. They both obviously still care about each other, and they both get mad. Especially Paris, going back and watching the old clips, you
Hmm.
could see her visibly getting
Yeah.
very upset at everything that was happening, and
Hmm.
the back and the forth. And I don't know. There's at the most, and I think Marky was just like, is there a chance you guys are gonna get back together? And I'm like, yes,
Yeah,
yes,
I
they
think
will.
so. They're definitely gonna kick the tires.
They were fun. They were the lighthearted one. They should have thrown them in like the middle, honestly, because it
Yeah,
was
because
got
it
pretty
got
dark
real
after
deep.
that.
It got real deep. Yeah,
They should have put them like right after the pregnancy stuff.
yeah. Let's have some fun.
So you're dressed nice, bud, and you guys are both very funny and hypocritical. And Paris does not want to hear Mark's wisdom.
No,
She is not about Mark's wisdom. Unfortunately for her, she's not about it.
I just wish we heard a little more from the singles. Like, hey, what are you doing? You know what I mean? Like, we only really got they came over if they were like kind of closely super tied to one of the main contestants.
Our only piece of advice, NBC, if you guys are watching, hopefully you are, just a little bit shorter on the recaps and then just more conversations, especially with the singles. Like I think you could get literally a solid at least one more segment out if you
Yeah,
just trimmed even like a minute off of each of those. If you need to feel like you need to do we think you could get away with not doing the classic. Mark gives the quick intro and points to the camera and they do a 90-second video. Like it's I guess it was good for my wife who didn't see every episode, but like besides that, like I don't think it's needed.
yeah,
Like
because
besides
they're always interesting, man. It's interesting. It was good. It was good TV.
need more Mark and more of the like I said singles.
Just
I
anybody,
need a
any intermingling that we
and
didn't know about. I feel I
let
like.
us know. We will sign an NDA. Like we will still review the episodes like as like normal. If it even like kind of interferes, I think it won't though. and just let us. We will gasp audibly. We will clap. We'll boo. Like we got you guys. Like
Yeah,
we will cheer. We will start a section, and we got you guys. So,
for sure.
um, really looking forward to covering hopefully next season. Look out though, we're not done with Temptation Island. We hopefully will have a little bit more of a bonus epilogue here of the season. We will let you guys know on socials when that's going to happen. Thought the season overall was weak at times, but really by the end of it, Bri, with the combined with the reunion, there are some really memorable
Mhm.
characters that I think, frankly, will cement this one as an overall solid, memorable season.
Yeah, it'd be actually be really cool if they did like kind of like Bachelor in Paradise, where like the people, some they could even have like old main cast members and like the singles, like kind of come back for a type of show. I think that'd be really cool. Probably a
I
pipe
agree.
dream, but it'd be really cool.
I agree. No, I think I'm like writing that down. I'm like, I think that's great. It's a great
It'd
thing
just
to
be fun.
pitch.
I like a lot of the sing. I think that some of the singles are really cool, and just
And
the
some of the
idea.
people's from the couples too. Be great.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I like. We're big fans. This is probably one of our favorite shows. It's just
Oh
great.
no, it's up there for sure.
I can't really. I'm never gonna say anything truly bad about it. It wasn't one of my favorite seasons. No, but I'm here. I'm here every day at 9 or every Wednesday at 9 watching it immediately. It's one of my favorite shows to watch.
Ready for the light to light up. So
Yeah, for sure. Light the beam, baby.
make sure you're subscribed here on TikTok. We cover everything and anything reality TV. If you have the notification bell hit here on YouTube and you're just subscribed on TikTok, you won't miss a thing. Also on Instagram and Twitter. Yeah, we said Twitter/X. We're still there too at the reality guys on everything. So we really appreciate you guys watching. But until next time, for myself and Brian, thank you. Peace.